beautiful. How are you today? Welcome to another recording of the Love Goddess podcast, where we are talking about all things Love Goddess, who she is, what she is about, and how to step into her. It is about having that turn on for life, being in the sense of this passionate life that you are just fired up to be living. You deserve epic life, and so Love Goddess is a woman who lives epically, and she's tapped into her own sexuality, and she's living in the state of turn on, both sexually and in life in general, because those two things are literally the same thing. So welcome back. Actually, today's subject, and in the wake of our workshop that is coming up on October 17th, I hope you're gonna join. Link in profile to join, and not in profile, in the description. To join, we're kicking it off for the 7 days. I'm gonna be going live and have live interaction with you, but I'm also gonna be teaching you how to tap into sourcing your inner self-love from yourself versus seeking that love on the outside from all other people that's around you. You are the source of your own self-love, and you will be able, after going through that workshop, to fall back in love with yourself, because your true core love lies into being aligned with your authentic self. Being so damned aligned, living your life from a place of authenticity versus from a place of trying to pretend to be someone else, trying to live a life of a person that you are not even becoming, thinking that people will like that person better than who you truly are. Those are the women that I want in my workshop. Please come register, because I want to change your life. That's what I want to do. Anyway, today's subject is an interesting subject, and it is so valid for a lot of women. And it is about spending money, but spending money on yourself. And so if you ask, money, like, let's talk about money altogether. Subject of money, like, I want to create, like, we have a Love Goddess Academy. I want to create Love Goddess, like, Financial Academy, right? Because, like, I've been on a journey of money for the past 10 years, and I have a wealth of knowledge and personal experience on what has not been working for me, what have I been doing when I was broke and poor and desperate, and what it is that I'm doing now. It's not that because I got lucky. It's not because, like, my business took off. No, it's because I started doing something different. And it's about energy, it's about mindset. I started doing something different. I started practicing something different in the morning. And to my shock, it's changed everything. And so this is part of the Love Goddess Academy that I am teaching. Within the Love Goddess Academy, what is it that I am doing that is making all the difference? So that's part of the Love Goddess Academy. If you want to join, you'll have an opportunity to do so. All details later, not right now. But the first thing is, really understand that money is an energy, and it expands to match your desires. And so the universe is abundant. And when I was broke, I was cut off from this unlimitedness of the universe by my own thinking. And a lot of women are broke because they are cut off from their own abundance by their own thoughts, right? And so a lot of women, like 90 plus, like 90% of the population, are living in a state of fear over money, in a state of lack of abundance, in a state of lack consciousness. And that's why we're having this conversation, because women who don't love themselves, and by don't love themselves, I mean women who are seeking that love to come from other people, not themselves, will not spend money on themselves, and they will find all sorts of excuses to spend money on their kids, to spend money on someone else, to not be there for themselves, right? They would put their own desires on a back burner, but then, when it comes to, the house needs repairs, or, other things that seem more urgent in the moment, we always put ourselves, that's our first thing, that's our first thought. Oh, I can wait, or I don't have to do that, or this is a luxury and this is a necessity. That there will be always a necessity. Money is a necessity, right? So putting yourself on a back burner and not prioritizing yourself is a pattern of women with low level of self-love. Women who don't have enough self-love for themselves, they would always be the last ones to give to themselves, right? And so when it comes to, hey, I've been eyeballing this Chanel dress and it costs more than my monthly rent, right? But I can wait. But I can wait. Like, I don't need to have that dress. Like, rent is more important, right? Like, you have to, like, you are conditioned to live in this logical world where things make sense, and you have to be rational, and you have to just, like, it has to be the logic that you use when it comes to money. Money is such a serious thing. And from that place, you have very low supply of money. If you start honoring yourself the way I started honoring myself, but my way of honoring myself was traveling. I'm recharging, I'm replenishing, and I still do. And the money supply comes in because I am feeding my own source of joy with the supply of money. I am feeding my own source of joy, and only from that place more money is going to come to you. Money comes from joy. You may not understand this because you haven't gone through the Lovegodesss Academy 2.0, where I'm about to drop money bombs on you, because it's so important, because Lovegodesss is a financially independent woman, because only the empowered woman can only be financially independent. She can be financially independent. She's not dependent on others for money. Because if she's dependent on others for money, she's not empowered. Because she depends on other person for money, right? And so you can become your own source of money by feeding your desires, right? And so spending money on yourself should become part of your self-love nurture. Spending money on the things that bring you joy. And for some women, it is spa appointments. For some women, it is the Chanel bag. For some women, it is going shopping. And then for some women, it's freedom, right? For me, it's freedom. For me, it's being able to jump on a plane at any time if I wanted to and just go and reset myself. For me, it is freedom. For me, it is ability to put myself into high vibe environments, to nourish that high vibe mood, high vibe environment within, so I can maintain that level of abundance that's coming into me. And abundance comes not just in money, it comes in time, it comes in freedom, it comes in good people giving you, gifts, presents, just the good experiences happening for you. People give you flowers on the street, like only from that place of being in the high vibe. And when you are feeding that high vibe, more goodness come to you, including money. When you're feeding your source of joy, and that's where spending money on yourself is imperative. It's not about being calculative, and it's not about being logical, and it's about nourishing that energy that brings you joy. And it's okay. I started with very small things too. When I was poor and broke, I started with small things. I started with opening up my supply of how much I allow to nourish myself. And it started with, buying myself some gemstone earrings, for example, or necklaces that were really feeding the feeling that I really wanted to embody. I have the entire bracelet, Pandora bracelet with the beads. So I've been buying beads for my Pandora bracelet because I connected certain feelings that I want to awaken in my own life by looking at my bracelet, and it's always on me, and really tap back into that energy that I was producing within myself. I started with those little things. Because they brought me joy. Books. I was buying books because they brought me joy. It's just such a little small expanse, and I just expanded. The first time I spent on my own vacation, I was about to shit my pants because vacations are not cheap, right? But that was what was making me joy. And I said, I'm going to nourish and allow myself to do that because it brings me so much joy. And every time I went on vacation, I cultivated my joy. New client would sign up with me. Some new upsell would come in out of nowhere, and all of that was coming from that energetic cultivation of my own joy, right? So spending money on yourself is imperative. It's not about being logical. It's not about following your financial advisor. I have an entire different podcast on that aspect of things, right? It's about following and using the energy of abundance to feed your sense of joy that's going to bring you more of that. And that is why spending money on yourself is important, right? But women who are low on the level of self-love will not give themselves permission to do that. That is why we are hosting Self-Love Workshop on October 17th. We're kicking it off at 12 Eastern, and we will be going live for an hour for the entire week. During that week, where you and I we'll get to have two-way interaction. You can ask me questions, you'll interact with me. I'll actually be answering your questions live during the workshop, but we also will learn how to step into the level of your self-love so you can start giving yourself permission to value yourself more. That's what self-love is about. It's not about having a good spa day. It's about valuing yourself more and really becoming your own source for your own love that you're seeking right now. You're seeking it on the outside, but you are the source of love, and I'm teaching you, I'm walking you through the steps how to become your own source of love so you can fall in love with yourself again, so you can fall in love with your life again. So go register using the link below in the description, and I hope today's podcast been valuable, and I will see you next time.